Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be looking at how Carlos Sainz is feeling in the Williams, as well as some of Lewis Hamilton's comments following testing ending in Bahrain. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content, but let's jump straight into the video. So I thought I'd start today's video by looking at an overview of where teams may be going into the season following testing ending in Bahrain. As we know, we've had 3 days of testing, that's now finished. Now we've got 2 weeks until the season begins. Now I think it's difficult to say where teams are, everyone was running different programs, so we'll only really know exactly where teams stand when we get to Melbourne. But for sure, we can have a look at the data to see where teams are, and according to this graph published on the official F1 website, McLaren are the fastest team when it comes to qualifying simulation pace, and they're followed by Ferrari, who are around 2/10 behind, then Red Bull, who are around 3/10 behind, and then Mercedes, who are around 4/10 behind. And then when we move on to the race pace simulation, you can see McLaren are at the top again, Ferrari are in second place, a bit closer to McLaren this time, around a tenth and a half behind, then Red Bull are 2/10 behind, and Mercedes are around 2/10 behind as well. So yeah, impressive from McLaren, but I think what stands out for me is Williams, because if you saw from those two graphs, you can see that in the qualifying sim, Williams are the 5th fastest team, as well as in race trim. Now, I don't think many people would have expected that. Williams made it pretty clear going into the 2025 season that their target was the mid to long term, so 26, 27, 28, when the new regulations come into play. And while Williams want to do well in 2025, I don't think anyone expected the team to really be up there this year with their focus on the future. But as we know, in testing, Williams were right at the top of the timesheets. On day 1, they were in the top 5. On day 2, Carlos Sainz topped the timesheet. And on day 3, Alex Albon finished 3rd. And yes, you can put that down to they'll probably have less fuel in the car compared to rivals around them. But that's still very impressive. And when you look at those graphs, it looks like Williams could be fairly competitive this year. And their new signing, Carlos Sainz, feels that there could be more to come, because at the moment, he just feels a bit lost in the cockpit of the FW47 when it comes to trying to extract time. Sainz told F1 TV, as quoted by Racing News 365, "In terms of driving style, I'm still understanding what I need to do with this car to go quick, because if I'm honest, I'm still a bit lost as to where to find the lap time. I don't know if it's going to come on entries, if it's going to come on exits, minimum speeds. I feel like when I push it, I can get to a decent level, but I still don't know where the last 2/10 of the car are." But let's move on to Lewis Hamilton, who spoke more about Ferrari following pre-season testing ending in Bahrain. Now, as we know, this is Hamilton's first season in the Ferrari, so the more running he did over the test, the better. And on day 1, he really did focus on long running. He was out in the morning, he did around 70 laps. On day 2, Hamilton was out in the morning again, did a few long runs, but he did a few more push laps as well on day 2, and the car looked pretty good on day 2, and Hamilton managed to go fastest in the morning session. Day 3 wasn't as strong though. The car looked a bit more of a handful for Hamilton when he took it out in the afternoon. And on top of that, he didn't really complete many push runs, and his long run running was disrupted because of some technical issue with the data. So Hamilton had to be brought into the garage, and in the last couple of hours or so, we really didn't see him. So yeah, not the best end to testing for Hamilton and Ferrari, but I still think the first 2 days went pretty well for them. And asked for his thoughts on the feeling of the Ferrari and his impression of where he might be once the season starts, Hamilton said it's too early to offer a firm conclusion on Ferrari's standing. He was quoted by Planet F1 as saying, "I think that probably, in the last 4 years or so, I've learned that you really can't judge too much from the first outlook. I definitely think in the past years before that, particularly in the previous generation of cars, it was much easier to know where you stood quite early on with that early feeling. I would say that this is the most positive feeling that I've had in a long time. That's all I can really say for now." So yeah, it looks like Hamilton is pretty comfortable in the Ferrari, and the fact he says this is the best he's felt in a long time means pretty much that the Ferrari must be feeling better than what the Mercedes did over the past 3 years. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.